Hi. In previous videos, we learned a lot of different tools about typography, a lot of different custom shapes that we use to design our quick smiley. So, I think at least we deserve a coffee, right? In this video, we're gonna learn how to create a custom illustration using the shape tools that we have in Figma. Now, this is gonna be super fun, so be with me right in this video. Well, we have a reference in here, and I think we can break the shape into a couple of primitives, right? The first one seems to be the rectangle that we have in here. And then we have a line, a very custom shape representing vapors. And then we have a custom semicircle. And there's a circle that is merged with the rectangle. So I think a combination of this particular primitive that we just discussed is making the icon as it is right now. So once we have broken this down, it is super easy for us to create it. So let's do that. And if you have seen our past videos, you know that the first thing that we do in Figma when we are designing, well, any guesses? It is creating frame. You can create a frame using the icon in here, or you can just press F from the keyboard and you'll have the template. Well, let's select Instagram post for now, and voila, we have the frame. So we can just have this rectangle in here. We can change the color to black and we'll reduce the stroke to 28. I'll also adjust height a bit, and cool, this is ready to go. Now you'll notice there are some different radius on each corner. The top two seems equal and the bottom two seems equal, but the top and the bottom ones are different. So let's try to make it similar. It is possible using the individual corner icon from here. Let's make it 60 on the top and we'll make it 120 on the bottom. And cool. Well, the another shape that is merged with the rectangle is a ellipse. So why not create a ellipse and see? Okay, we have a ellipse, right? What I'll do is I'll also add a fill to the rectangle. Cool. Now both of these are merged in a way that you can see the strokes. It is being perfectly joined. If I create stroke here right now, you will notice that it's not being merged properly. It feels like a two different shape. Of course it is, but that's a problem, right? So what we'll do is we'll select both the shapes and then we'll click the three dots that we have in here, and you will see a lot of different options. What we'll do is we'll select the union selection, and voila, we have successfully merged the icon. You can see a union being formed in here, right? Where we do have different controls for ellipse as well as rectangle, but the overall shape is known as union. So if I want, I can still kind of change the position, I can change the size and the other properties that we have in here. But again, like all of it is, it's a simple shape. I can just remove the fill and it will be removed from the entire shape. That's the magic of union tool, by the way. And we also have a lot of different other options that we'll see a bit later. So we have some shape ready, right? Let's try to give ellipse the shape that it has. We'll increase the size a bit. Yeah, somewhere there. Okay. Now we can see a line. So let's just quickly draw a line using the shapes we have. We'll give the stroke 28. But I think we are using number 28 a lot, right? We also used it in the strokes of the rectangle. So why not create a variable out of it? Well, creating variable is super easy. You just select this hexagon here and click on plus. We'll give it a quick name and we'll also select the number and create variable. Voila, we have the variable. All we have to do is select something and just select the number. So we don't have to type this every time when we are designing something. So let's suppose if I create a new rectangle, I can just select on stroke and I can just select the variable and it will just fill in. So that's the magic of variables in Figma. So we can increase the height a bit. We'll reduce, I think, somewhere there. But there's another thing that we missed. That is the radius that it has, right? So it should be easy. Well, let's see. We select the line, but we see that the height, the dimensions are grayed out. Well, there's a reason for that. So line as per Figma calculation is a single entity, right? Basically, there's no dimension on terms of width of the line because it is 90 degrees, so it is considered as width. If it was 0 degree, so it would have been, you see, this is a height basically, but we have just rotated it. So you'll see both of these are grayed out. It is because it does not has any dimension. Well, the quick way to do it is just right click and click on outline stroke. What it did was it just created a rectangle out of those lines. So now we have some dimension to it. So the height is 28 pixel, and of course we have the option to change the corner. So we'll apply the variable and we'll select 28, and we have the line with the radius. Well, there are two things that is still left. That is this custom icon, the custom shape that we have. So we'll use the pen tool and we'll try to create the shape out of it. Well, this may not be perfect, but at least we have it. We'll change the color, enter, and we have it. We'll again increase. Now the same thing with this shape as well, right? We cannot really change the, like, even if we change the radius, it does not impact the radius of the corners. What we'll do is we'll again select it, we'll outline stroke, and we'll see it comes to 0. And then now if we increase the radius, it will also increase it in here. So we have it here, and then we'll again create another shape. We can also change it anytime by just double clicking onto it. So yeah, these are super easy, and again, using a pen tool is super easy. All you have to do is just click on origin, and when you are clicking on the next point, you can just drag and drop to create some curves as much as you drag along. So yeah, this is super easy, and you can create as many points as possible. Like once you have created it, you can press enter to just let it go, and then if you double click on the shape, you'll see option to adjust the angles or adjust the curves that we have just created. So yeah, using a pen tool again is super easy. It requires some practice, but yeah, it's easy. It's not a rocket science. So adjust this a little just to make sure that it is balanced and it aligns with what we are creating in it. We'll do the same thing with the second illustration as well. We'll outline the stroke and we'll give it some radius. And now we have the vapor as well. Well, not super perfect as per reference, but I think you got how to create those custom shapes, right? Now the last missing piece of the puzzle is the semicircle that we have. To draw the semicircle, what we'll do is we'll use the pen tool. We'll grab a point and then we'll create this circle. Cool. First step done. Now we have to create a line. So we'll press escape so that we, let go of the curves. Then we'll select the point that we have in here and then we'll drag it down till the bottom. You'll see all of this joined, right? It became one particular shape altogether. So yeah, this is the shape that we wanted. Of course, we can adjust a couple of things to make sure that it looks as we want it to be. We can adjust the curves as required. And awesome, we have the illustrations ready. What I'll do is I'll also increase the stroke of it so that it looks consistent overall. So yeah, this is how you create a custom shape. We can also like try to reduce down the stroke if required. So yeah, finally we have our shape ready. We can also like try to reduce the overall stroke to make it look a little better and a little more similar comparative to the design that we had. So let's go ahead, let's try to make it, we'll disconnect and we'll make it 20. Yeah, so now it looks a little similar, right? So yeah, this was the tutorial, guys. Now the final thing is just grouping it all together. So we'll use command G and then we'll align it as we want it to be in the center. Now that we have our design ready, let's move on to exporting the design. So we will select the frame and then we'll click on export. You'll notice there are 4 different options for us to export as. So mostly icons should be exported as SVG. If it is being used in the development, try to use the SVG version more. So to export, you just click on the frame and then hit export option from the properties section. You'll see we have a lot of different options available for exporting. First one is PNG, then the other one is JPEG, SVG, and then finally the PDF. There's one difference between PNG and SVG that I wanted you guys to know about. Well, SVGs are mathematically calculated design, right? Oh, these are vectors in a way. But on the other side, PNGs are raterized. That means if you try to scale PNG, at some point it will get blurred out. But that is not the case with SVGs. So you can scale SVG as much as you want. So yeah, most of the times people use SVG in the production because it is super scalable, it is super optimized, and does not has any major size impact on the production. So we'll just export SVG and we'll hit save, and that's all for today. We'll see you in the another video. Bye.